And we're live. Welcome back, everybody, to a new video. Gonna try this new format where I just go live, talk about something, answer some questions, and hopefully, after this video, I will feel like it was good enough to leave it up for you guys to watch. Normally, I tend to take down my live videos because they're not up to par with the quality of the rest of my videos on my channel. Today, I want to talk about my core message, my core belief, my core philosophy. I would rather be delusional, crazy, and happy than to be realistic, overly rational, and depressed. Perception is reality. That's something that I talk about all the time. Perception is reality. If you walk and talk and act like you're confident, after a certain period of time, people will perceive you as such and start treating you as such, thus allowing you to start acting like an actual confident person. That's basically the theory in a nutshell. Let me answer a question real quick. Santan, what's up? Congrats on your story being shared. I came across it on Snapchat. Yeah, shout out to Truly, man. Apparently, Truly shared my story on their Snapchat. That's awesome. So welcome to all the people who found me truly. It's hard to say with my mouth, man. This thing don't really work. This thing don't really work like that. So when I start, pronouncing those thus and p's, I tend to mess up. Anyway, back on topic. Perception is reality. And that, for me, will always be my answer when people ask me, how do I stop feeling ugly? How do I stop feeling timid? How do I stop feeling shy? The only way forward is by treating your life, by treating your reality as if it was a video game. Look, at the end of the day, let me insert a little bit of nihilistic thinking in here. None of this shit matters, right? We're all gonna die. In X amount of time, I'm gone, you're gone, nobody cares. Now, you could find that because of that, in the meaninglessness of life, a lot of people would get depressed when they realize that, nothing matters, nothing what I do matters, so, I'm just gonna huddle up and get in fetal position and cry. How about if nothing matters anyway, you can literally do whatever you want and it doesn't matter? How about just winging it, literally winging it, because whether you fail or not, it's not going to matter. Find liberation in the meaninglessness of life. Create your own reality. That's the same thing I tell the people, a lot of people send me messages telling me they want to commit suicide. Do you think that not being alive is better than being alive? Do you think the alternative of life, which would basically be just complete darkness and unconsciousness, is better than being able to just be a clown in this reality and push all the buttons that you can, take a look around, try all the haircuts, try all the different body, try all the different body shapes that you can transform yourself into? You can change any and everything every single time. Step outside of the box that you're trapped in right now. You don't have to live and die where you were born. You don't have to stay within a 10-mile radius from your parents or your family. You always have a choice. And I know this sounds so drastic, but you do. You always have a choice. You can literally get up today, leave everything behind, move to Alaska and start all over. You really could. You really could. It's not a movie. It's not a fairy tale. I've done it a few times. I went to Colombia for 3 months all by myself to see what it was like. What did I realize, me personally? I went to Colombia, and after my infatuation process of about 6 weeks started going down, I realized people are people no matter where you go. That's why I kind of fell back on the traveling right now, because a lot of people use travel as an escape. The thing is, there's not a pot of gold at the end of that rainbow. There's not a geographical location that you can go that's going to liberate you from yourself. People are people, man. It's just different packaging, different wraps. the end of the day, you can go to any culture, you'll find that people are flawed, and you might find societies and cultures that are like more in tune with what you're about. But in the end, if you want to be around people, you're still going to run into the same type of issues over and over again. What's up, ego winger? I see you. So, to conclude that first point, this is something that Marcus Aurelius also used to talk about all the time. He says, I pity people. I pity people who constantly need travel to be happy. Because if you constantly need travel to obtain happiness, it means that you don't have peace and happiness on the inside. Does that make any sense for you guys, or am I talking gibberish? Let me know. What's up, Charlene Dren? She's up Alan. Shout out to India. Maya Lynn, thank you for being here. So, also, guys, second point, I literally just got back from recording a Spanish TV show. Yup, you heard me right. I was 5 days in Spain, the province of Catalonia, more exactly, to record a TV show. I'm literally going to be on Spanish TV. Now, if you ask me, do you speak good Spanish? I would say, I mean, I can make small talk, I can flirt, I can order food, but grammar wise, all that stuff, I know a lot of words, but the point I'm trying to make is I basically signed up for something that was above my means, above my capabilities. I literally went to a place where people only speak Spanish, where the director speaks Spanish, all my fellow candidates spoke Spanish, and I had to, you guessed it, speak Spanish. And I was like, how, let me see how far I can get before they realize I'm a fraud. Never happened. Never happened. I just did it. I literally just did it. It wasn't easy, and every night my head was about to explode, but I did do it. And sometimes, man, you just gotta jump in the deep end and see what happens. Just try not to drown. Not only did my Spanish vastly improve in a 5 day span, I gained so many new friends, connections. It was just amazing. Like, I never would have thought that I would ever be in that position where I could be, on a Spanish TV show, but I did it. I did do it. But it's not about me speaking Spanish. It's literally about, if I can go and speak Spanish on a TV show, you can literally do anything that you want to too. Obviously, within reason. Just because you're going to start practicing with a football, you're not going to be the next Messi. But if you see other people doing it and you have a pretty good idea of where those people rank in relation to you, I'm trying to say, like, where in on the scale, how you rank in comparison to you. That's what I want to say. In comparison to you, you see somebody doing it, you could probably do it too. I have worked at a few very high profile companies. I have had some really good jobs. I've worked with some very, people who were making a lot of money, big companies. You want to know one thing? That person that you think is like super smart and organized and is like the most successful person ever, that person is winging it. 99% of the world is winging it, and they're just making it seem as if they know what the fuck they're doing. Most people don't know what they're doing. You're just over there scared to sign up for something because you're like, I'm not going to do a good enough job. I don't think I can do it. Meanwhile, some other person who is way less qualified than you just walks in the position, like, let me try this. And guess what? More times than not, it works out. What's the worst that can happen? You can get fired. That's it. Ego winger. Just saw your transformation video. Great video. Can you talk about your friend that passed away? Oh man, I got stories for days. You're talking about Dietze. Dietze, man, he was one of my best friends in college. He actually committed suicide. He taught me so many lessons. He was about, I want to say, maybe 1 meter 70. So that's like 5 foot. I don't know how I don't know. Like, he was a short guy. He was a very short guy. And obviously I'm a tall guy. I was a big guy. He was a skinny guy. And one day, I'll never forget that, me and him are leaving our college. Like, we were getting off early, so we're walking outside. On our way out, which is already like on the street basically, we passed by this little gang of troublemakers who were not in our college. They were just like, like it's just like a group of like 20-year-olds and kind of like a little gang basically. Like we all, you know what they look like, how they act, stuff like that. And, after a while, you know who's who. Troublemakers basically. They walk past us, nothing really happens, whatever. Then there was some guy behind us. I didn't know him. Pizza did, and they actually like they asked him for a cigarette. I don't know how it goes in other countries, but it's a thing in Belgium where these little criminals, they'll come up to you and they'll be like, "You got a cigarette?" And you're basically like, if you don't give them the cigarette, you're gonna be in trouble. It's kind of like a shakedown. And the guy was like, "No, I don't got a cigarette." And they started like, harassing him and surrounding him. And I looked back and I was like, "Damn, I hate it had to be you, homie." I wasn't gonna do shit. I was pretty scared that I was only 18 back then. I wasn't really gonna get involved. And my man Dietze, he looks back and he says, fuck that. He runs over because he knew the guy apparently, and he got involved. And I remember those four guys, they surrounded him, and the whole time I'm standing there like, what the hell is going on? I was basically freezing up. And they surrounded him 4 against 1. Mind you, super short, skinny guy. And before they could do anything, he started swinging on him like bam, bam. It was crazy. It just turned into an all-out brawl. And yeah, he got a few punches in. He got hit a few times, but long story short, he made it up out of there safe. And I remember him yelling at me like, "What the fuck were you doing standing around? You got all this muscle, all this length. You're not doing anything." And all I could say was, "I'm sorry, man. You're right." And ever since that day, I never froze up again in a fight situation like that. That's one of the many stories I got about him. He was short, but he had the heart of the lion, man. Rest in peace to my friend. Unfortunately, he decided to take his own life. So yeah, that's one story about Dietze. I see the sense and delusion, but it's obviously selfish and cowardly. Obviously, for the good of all, truth should be championed. It cannot be hidden. Even absolute power cannot stop it forever. But Booyah, listen, man. You call it selfish and cowardly. You're just using words. Like, what does that word mean? What does selfishly even means? Don't you understand that everything that that we know are just man-made concepts made up by someone like fucking ancient? Like, why do you call the things? There's so much like culture and emotion and feeling in the way we word things. Why did we decide one day that kittens and dogs are cute, but chickens and cows gotta die? Not that I'm a vegan, I'm just saying, like, all your morals and all your principles, they basically have been instilled in you from birth. They're not even yours. They were never yours to begin with. They are not your own way of life. You need to create your own philosophy, man. You need to look at life from your own perspective. Stop just, listening and assuming things from people just because they're older than you and they got more money. I don't give a damn about anyone. I don't look up to anyone. I trust my eyes, my instincts. They're the only things that will not let me down most of the time. And they have the lowest rate of lying to me. Why would I read a book and blindly adopt someone's philosophy? You know what I mean? Figure it out for yourself, man. Don't cling on to words like respect and love and the right thing, good or bad. Good or bad energy doesn't exist. It literally doesn't exist. Energy is just energy. Good and bad are just a word. It's a man-made word. What if bad was good and good was bad? You know what I mean? Does that make any sense to you? Like, you need to I really encourage people to really look at life through their own perspective. Maybe my red is your green. We'll never find out. I hope I'm not sounding crazy. What's up, Milo? What's up, Elijah? What's up, Jen? What's up, Isha? What's up, Jack the Knife? So yeah, back on topic. We only got very limited time on this planet as it is, right? So why do I always talk about perception as reality? Because there always seems to be this like invisible norm that we want to appease. Like, what is normal? What is right? What is not right? But these things, I've never met a normal person in my life. I've never met a single normal person in my life. I've met boring people. I've met very uninspired, dormant people. I've met very dumb people. I never met normal people. What is normal? Because if I look up the definition of normal and I apply it to a personality, normal basically means a type of person that I want nothing to do with, like as little as possible. Like, can anyone in here name one normal person that they know? It's like we just we're trying to be something that literally doesn't exist. I don't know, man, but for whatever reason, we get all these jets out here in Belgium, fighter jets flying over. I hope it's not messing up the audio. Anyway, guys, hey, let's get some questions going. If you want to know, if you want something, if there's something that you want me to talk about, if there's something that you want me to discuss specifically, now is the time. I don't got all day, so energy, energy is very, very, very important and rare. I mean, your own energy. So every single second that I'm on here, I'm giving you my energy and sending it across the world. I'm giving you straight up cash. Energy is your most valuable currency. You've all been led to believe that money is your most important currency. It's not. Money is just kind of the system to balance things out logistically. Energy is the only currency that holds true value. Energy, energy, energy. If you wake up every day with 100 energy points, make sure to save 51 for yourself. 49 you're allowed to give out in the form of empathy, in the form of help, compassion, communication, all those things. But you need to keep 51 units for yourself at all times. Money is the currency of control, exactly. Korea Shane, deluded about what though? Isn't your truth your truth? Exactly. In this context, deluded means basically being deluded from, for example, I honestly think I'm a good looking guy. I make all these videos talking about being ugly and stuff. I do it for views. I never look at myself and think I'm ugly. I do it because you people love it. You people love it when I call myself ugly because you feel like you can relate because a lot of you people feel ugly. I never feel ugly. I think I look amazing. Does that make me a narcissist? I don't know, man. Again, what does a narcissist really mean? What does it mean? Like, and I know the definition, guys. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, why should I abide to this definition of someone that one day said, that's a narcissist? Nowadays, everyone's a narcissist if you really follow the definition and you apply it to most personalities. So what I mean is, I call myself good looking. A lot of people are gonna say that I look ugly. I don't. I only play the ugly role because it gets me views on YouTube, and because I know a lot of people feel ugly, so I can inspire them. That's what. The worst thing you could be is normal. Normal doesn't even exist, literally. Lee Nagan, no one thinks you look ugly. Trust me. Thank you, Lee. Appreciate that. I do think there's people. I honestly do think there's people. Actually, man, just the other day, I was sitting in a terrace on a bar, and this dude walks by, and he's just staring at me, and I look back, and he keeps staring, and then he actually poked his buddy, and he did like this, and he pointed at me. That's the first time in a long time that happened. And I got up and I yelled at him and I said, "Take a picture, you fat fuck." I regret that. I shouldn't have called him fat. I shouldn't have body shamed him. But that was my reaction. That's what I said. And he didn't come back. Luckily for me, because I was ready to fight, and that's never a good idea. Stupid, silly me. But I did get triggered. I did get triggered by that. Which is ironic. I just got back from Spain doing this TV show. One of the reoccurring themes and topics was always like, do you get a lot of negative response in public? Do people insult you? And I was like, not really. It hasn't really happened that much, And then I come back from this TV show. I'm literally back in the country for 6 hours. And a guy walks up to me basically and makes fun of me. And I'm like, damn, that's ironic. You should do some crazy challenges if you want more views. But what do you mean crazy challenges? Like what? And honestly, man, I'm tired of chasing views, man. I'm never gonna quit YouTube. I'm gonna keep doing this, but this is no longer my primary focus, and that's the god honest truth. The return on investment of YouTube is way too low. It's way too low. The biggest return on investment I get is the fact that I help a lot of people. I do, and I'm very grateful for that. But monetary wise, it's ridiculous. It's so um, my energy is a lot more valuable. I also got to be able to move the hell up out of my parents' house and get my own space and all those things. So I got to take my talents to other formats where I can be more, where I can make more money, basically. Um, exactly. I don't think it's delusion. I don't think you're lying to yourself. You're just not playing someone else's game. Exactly. You get it, Koryo. Astrid. I love this title. Thank you, Astrid. I'm also writing a book, by the way. Uh, the book is going to be called Rotten Lemons. Well, that's going to be the working title until the publisher tells me they need a more catchy name. So, Rotten Lemons. It's going to be my book. I hope you guys get the reference when life gives you lemons. So I say rotten lemons. You get it? Alex, mathematics governs energy in the third dimension. Yes, I think the current world is being kept in an equation of control and slavery. I mean, the fact that our reality is a simulation or not, I don't know, and I'll never find out. I'm not a mathematician, and I don't even, for me, that's not a relevant question because I don't have the means to find out. This could be a matrix. We could all be in sleeping pods. Might very well be the truth. But until I see a real way for me to find out, I'm just gonna keep going and keep pushing in this reality until I'm able to escape it. Milo, can't wait for the book. Me neither, Milo. Thank you. Inspirational YouTuber. Thank you, Gainer. Appreciate that. I'm enjoying this live chat. A lot of good topics. Thank you. Have you read the book Psycho Cybernetics? I have not. It's a plastic surgeon's experience with his patient's self-image. Really great book, and it's relevant to what you talk about. Hold on. That's one I'm gonna look up. Cybernetics. Cybernetics. All right, I got it bookmarked, and I will definitely be checking that one out. Corey of Shane, thank you so much for putting me on. Love your vids. I love you too, Gamer. Food challenge, for example, just having fun. It's entertaining. You can flex your biceps. Yeah, I'll think about it. I can flex them right now, though. I can flex them right now. Boom. Biceps bigger than my mom. I'm not gonna curse. I'm buying that book when it comes out. Thank you, Elia. Appreciate you, man. Freaking frugal. I'm finding happiness rather elusive these days. Cannot delude myself into thinking there's any meaning or hope. There is no meaning, though. That's what I'm saying, freaking frugal. There is no meaning. And again, hope. What is hope? Hope is just an emotion, some type of endorphin packaged in the brains in the molecule. So there is no hope. Stop. There is hope, but there is no hope. These are just terms. Like, these are just memes. Life is not a meme. Move away from that. Move away from thinking like that, and move forward to just like looking life in a less labeled way. Look at life more in a way where it's like what you see is what you see, and that's it. The past doesn't exist. The future doesn't exist. Even the present. Like, the only thing that's real is this moment. Everything else, the past is a romanticized version of your experiences. Trust me. Why do people always think things used to be better before? Why do people spend 5 years in a super toxic relationship, they break up, 1 year later, they're like, oh my God, I miss her or him. That was the best relationship ever. Meanwhile, they were getting their ass beat. We are so good at romanticizing the past, man. It's not real. It's not real. Yesenia, my family and I love you. Puerto Rico. Qué increíble que tengo gente de Puerto Rico que me gustan. Muchas, muchas gracias. Para nosotros un abrazo grande. De gente de Puerto Rico, me alegro mucho. Korea Sean, no problem. Nilo, hola, Yesenia, soy de Puerto Rico también. Wow, mucha gente de Puerto Rico. Hey, who likes Bad Bunny in here, man? Shout out to Puerto Rico. You guys got Bad Bunny. I love him. Viniste buscándome porque te fallaron de nuevo. Yeah. Viniste buscándome, pero ya se acabó este juego. Yeah. Porque ya me cansé de que no valores mis brazos, y ya me cansé de solo ser un por si acaso, un por si acaso. I love my Puerto Rican flow, baby. That's how I used to get all the chicks, baby. I'm just joking, baby. I know you're watching. I don't get no chicks. I'm dedicated to you. I'm a goof, I know. All right. Have you heard of the philosophy of absurdism? Sort of sounds like what you're talking about. I have not. But who's to say that they didn't jack my philosophy? Who's to say that I wasn't first? Absurdism. Hasn't heard of that. Gracias, Lorenz. De nada. Campeón, Alex. I think the current world is purposely filled. I think the current world is purposely, oh my god, being kept in the equation in a system of C times I times R is CDE. Wow, wow, wow. You lost me there, Alex. You think I am more intelligent than I am. I'm not that good at mathematics, boy. Alex, put it in terms so I can understand, buddy. Bro, you're like a second Nicky Lauda. Keep killing it. Shout out to Nicky Lauda. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. You gotta visit Puerto Rico. I do gotta visit. Can you talk more about yourself? That's hilarious. No one has ever asked me that. All I do is talk about myself. Ask me anything. What do you want to know? My real name is Lorenz. I'm 32 years old. I like going to the gym. I like Indian food. I love garlic naan. I watch a lot of Joe Rogan videos. I like basketball. I am an NBA freak. I can give you the stat line from Shaquille O'Neal in his 98 season. What else, man? What else? Um, I like music a lot. I made 3 albums, literal CDs with like 16 tracks each when I was 18. I have traveled a lot. I had cancer twice. Yeah, what else you want to know? Teresa Rios, what's up? What's up, SS? I'm a Saiyan. All my suit are Saiyans, man. You make my day again. Insane body, bro. Thank you, man. I think I'm in the best shape of my life, honestly. Dieting for 6 weeks, suffering. Oh well, actually, I asked because I'm new. Oh, thank you so much. I hope I didn't offend you. I really didn't need to make you sound like that was a bad question. I just thought it was funny. This for someone to say, talk more about yourself. That's all I do. That's all I do. Have you seen your YouTube income impacted by the virus? What YouTube income? I make $0. Is ad income different? I don't even check ad income. This literally, guys, I make. Oh my god, I make less from ads. I make less than $30 a month. Yes, you heard me right. I'm super dead serious. By the way, man, on that topic, if you want to make a donation, if you like my content, if you want to help out, this is my PayPal ID. I prefer that over Super Chat because the money goes straight to me and YouTube doesn't take a 35% tax. What the hell? So if you want to send money on PayPal, I actually got to buy a new camera. So yeah, PayPal, lorenz.reese@gmail.com if you want to support me. Yeah. Tell us who you want to become, who I want to become. I don't want to become anyone. I want to become the best version of me. I like me, man. I like me. I'm very happy with me. Alex, it's not real mathematics. It's in the classical sense. I'm not that clever either. I just think we're being controlled this way. That's all. Okay. I agree with that for sure. Are you cutting harder than last time? No, I'm just maintaining this weight right now and just trying to. I'm not cutting anymore, but I'm still doing a bunch of cardio and stuff. I think you have a good voice for singing. Gracias. My girlfriend doesn't agree, but I think so. I love singing, man. Si todavía me llamas como antes, ya nada me parece interesante. Yo sé que en el amor soy un farsante. Yo sin ti no puedo enamorarme de bebé. I love my Spanish flow, man. Got it out. With acne scars and all, I got so depressed. Should I just act like I'm fine and not get sad? Basically, yes. Basically, like you being conscious and sad about your acne scars, it's not gonna solve anything. Having a low self-esteem, being insecure is a very unattractive trait. You basically need to walk in every social situation and immediately make a joke about your acne. Be like, yo, guys, this one is about to pop, right? So stay back. It's a big one. Something like that. I'm dead serious. The best defense is the attack, is the offense. So if you embrace your acne, if you embrace your scars, like I embraced my face, I made a whole brand out of it. What can anyone do? What can anyone say? You should literally start wearing a t-shirt that says acne boy. Dead serious again. Not exaggerating. The same way I call myself Freddy Krueger, the same way I call myself Half-Face. Hi, I just joined in here. Please explain the title to me. Ooh, Holly, I just did that in the beginning of the video. Not that I don't appreciate you being here. Basically, I'm going to sum it up for you in literally 5 seconds. It means that if you fake it till you make it long enough, after a while, you're no longer faking it. You're really making it. That means perception is reality. If you walk, talk, act, speak, move, flow like a person that is confident, people will start treating you as such because they see a confident person. By them treating you as a confident person, actual real-life confidence shall ensue, thus making you a confident person. Does that make sense? I try to keep it short. R.I.P. Dietza, yes. Coolborn official. Lots of respect to you, mate. Watched a few of your videos recently. Thank you, Coolborn. That means a lot. I think you're the best version of yourself right now. I agree. I do think so. Does the title mean that you would rather be in denial about something forever? Yes. I would rather be in denial, and I'm not talking about a river in Egypt. Get it? I literally would rather be in denial because, again, being in denial, what does being in denial means? Being in denial is like, okay, it's a bad thing. You're in denial, right? But maybe in a different culture, being in denial means being focused on your strengths and not your weaknesses. So if 2,000 years, instead of a person coming up with a negative connotation of that mindset and calling it being in denial, if instead of calling it being in denial, they called it being heroic, today we would all be celebrating being in denial because it would be a good thing, because it would be like being heroic. And if you were being heroic, it would be a bad thing. So you would say, oh man, stop being heroic. Get it? Are you following the flow? Like, that's like me saying to you, stop being heroic. Stop being amazing. Because amazing is a bad thing, because, you know, whoever the fuck ever decided back then, you know what? We're gonna call acting like that amazing. Like, does that make sense? How they just switch around the meanings, how words don't really mean anything? You told others words shouldn't affect your emotional stability. It stuck with me. Thanks a ton. I give way less fucks because of you. SS, that's amazing, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You're brilliant. You deserve a bigger platform than YouTube. Amen. YouTube is a trash platform. It constantly promotes and pushes trash content. It's very frustrating. Unfortunately, they have a monopoly. Vinny Harris, I'll admit I've been a bit negative lately. Everything has got to me. My grandma passed the other week. I'm very sorry about your grandma, Vinny. Rest in peace to her. Condolences to you and your family. All I'm going to say about that is the greatest way to honor your grandma is by allowing her to live on through your everyday actions and through the values that she has instilled in you. Every time that you do something good that she taught you, every time that you practice what she preached to you, she lives on. It's a real thing. She might not be here, but she lives on through that what she showed you. So, you know, that's the best way to honor her. Rest in peace. Crystal, I'm from Belgium. Alex, what's good will eventually be bad, depending on the circumstances and vice versa. Do you believe in God? Not in the traditional sense at all. Curry Elf, it's more like focusing on yourself and both following other expectations. I have a problem with lying to yourself that focusing on your own values is way more important. See, but Cora Shane, you're looking at it the wrong way. You have a problem with my The words that I use. You focus too much on the rapping. It's not about. It doesn't matter how I call it. I can call it being a liar. I can call it being a manipulator. I can call it being delusional. It doesn't matter what I call it. We're talking about the same thing. Don't get caught up in labels and words. Like that's the biggest issue of today's society. Everything has to be correct. They're like that. It doesn't even matter. We're just playing with words. Twitch might be worth a look. Yeah, maybe I should get on Twitch. Maybe. Just imagine a world where there would be no stress or negativity. Doesn't exist. Of course not. But it's never going to be like that because we're human beings. We're flawed by design. We're monkeys running around with smartphones taking selfies. Like, we're literally just like animals that evolved to a certain point. Had dinosaurs never been wiped out, we would still be living in caves, man. You know, human beings used to be like moles, right? We would literally like dig holes in the ground and look for food there. We were like a weak little cucaracha, like a parasite, like a cockroach. So, had dinosaurs never been extinct, we would still be running for cover. We're not as great as you want to believe. Also, you could very well argue that right now human beings are nothing more than a biological womb, a biological, you know, a biological like carrying person for artificial intelligence. We're just a phase. Humans love to believe that we're the final stop. Why on earth would we be the final product, the final stop? I bet dinosaurs thought the same thing, right? Nothing and no one has ever been the final stop in the history of the universe. Yet, for some reason, humans are so arrogant to think that they are. Artificial intelligence is not coming, it's already here. We are nothing more than the biological womb for the next step, which is AI. The only thing that we will have to wait and see is if they're going to be good to us or not. And again, those terms are very subjective. What do you mean by the title? I already talked about that twice, so I'm not gonna, I'm just gonna leave this video up. Do you use any social media? Yes, Instagram at Wounded Viking. You can find me posting gym selfies and being vain right there. Instagram Wounded Viking. For me, I'm either physically doing great and have low spirits, or high spirits while physically doing bad. Have you ever tried DMT? I have not. It's just such a slow process that we're evolving right now. We don't even notice it. We're doing our job. That's true. You can call it evolution. Again, it's just a word. How did you get so good in English? Help a German brother. You know what pains me? I'm so good at English because my mouth is so messed up. I mispronounce things because this whole part is stiff and doesn't work. I used to speak a lot better before my cancer. It's a frustrating thing, but it is what it is. How did I get so good in English? I watched soap operas on my mother's lap since I was a kid. At the age of 9, I was fluent. So shout out to all the countries who are dubbing their television and who are handicapping their youth. All you need to do is not dub. You just put subtitles and your brain will soak it up as a sponge and learn the English language. That's how I got so good, man. You ever use Zoom? Rarely, not really. What's up, Leo Miss? What do you believe happens when your soul rises? I have no idea. What does that even mean? What is a soul? What is a soul rising? Where does it go? Like, all of these things are very abstract. I don't really think that they got it right. The people who ever came up with that whole thing, I tend to believe that how on earth could they get it right? Like the whole concept of what happens when you die. No, I'm not rolling. How are things with your lady? Really good. She's visiting her family in Madrid. She's in the best shape of her life. Lost a ton of weight. So have I. Best shape of my life. So I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Best shape of my life mentally and spiritually. I just recorded a TV show in Spanish. So I feel like your boy is finally breaking through, man. That's why I've been posting less YouTube videos. I feel that we can become a stress-free world, but looking at current circumstances, it seems to be a matter of serendipity. We leave our bodysuits, our meat vehicles. Tips on how to get stronger and bench press. That's easy. Do a flat bench dumbbell press. By doing the flat bench dumbbell press, you're gonna get stronger at the bench. Trust me, it really works. Do you believe there is actual good and bad then? No, I don't. Yes, it is relative. Death is a mystery. We die when we die, we get to find out. I'm not gonna hold my breath. Get it? I don't care that much. Our consciousness, it don't just disappear. Well, I don't know. I'm gonna leave it at that. So, guys, listen, I'm 30 minutes in. I think I spoke about enough for today. I don't want to beat you guys to death. How tall are you? I am 1 meter 94. That's 6'5", I think. Yeah, guys, you got 5 more minutes to ask questions, and then I'm out. So, any questions you got, hit me right now. Also, you can contact me for private coaching. This is my email address, lorenz.dries@gmail.com, and we can set up a coaching call. Basically, we can do this on a personal level where I see you and you see me, and I help you with whatever you need my help with. Joe Rogan is the funniest MMA commentator I've ever heard. Yeah, he's great, Alex. I have a sneaky suspicion that when we're fighting amongst each other here on Earth, there will be chaos in space. Thus, earthquakes, volcanoes, tsunamis. I doubt it, Alex. I don't think that makes any sense. And I really don't think that we're that important. Do volcanoes erupt when chimpanzees fight? Do tsunamis happen when caterpillars fight? Do storms occur when dogs fight? I'm not putting myself in a different category than those animals. I think human beings have the gift of overstating themselves really good. How to slide in a girl DMs. Just be like, what's up? That's it. Or you could stop making girls the focus of your existence and just do you and watch the women come to you. Understand why they came though. Women love a guy that's not obsessed with chasing women. Think about that. Do you have tips to grow taller? Nope. Cool, Lauren. No questions, but thanks for being a good example of such a messed up world. Thank you so much, man. Astrid, you're so insightful. We're so good at romanticizing the past. Better words were never spoken. I'm guilty of that too. Thanks for the realignment. Thank you, Astrid, for being here and allowing me to share my content with you. Thanks for giving your email. So coaching is just like this then. Yep. Except for the fact that it's all about you and I'm not speaking about random things. So we talk twice, 30 minutes a week. So 1 hour in total. And also, I'm also giving you voice messages all the time on the other days if you need my help with something. Basically, the way I like to look at it is my coaching is like me being a very good friend who's actually giving you good advice and doesn't tell you what you want to hear, but what you need to hear. And all my clients are super happy. I'm actually working on doing like a little testimonial video where they talk about how much has helped them. I tried DMT. It was horrendous. That's hilarious. That's funny. I could totally see that because everyone likes to act like it's this amazing experience. I could totally see it being really bad. Is this an example of the coaching sessions? Sure. But again, it's not like this because now I'm talking about general topics. In the coaching sessions, I can see you, you can see me. It's more about you specifically. I'm not talking about general stuff like YouTube is a trash platform, dog. You'll come to me and be like, how do I get more confident? And I'll just start ranting about how to get a bigger bench press. Of course not. Alexandru, I'm doing great, man. Can't you see? I look good, I feel good, I smell good. How are you, my man? Studying tips. Not having your phone there, not having your computer there. Caffeine helps a lot. And in the morning, man. In the morning, your brain capacity is 36 times better than in the night. I don't care what people tell me about. I'm not a morning person. Morning. You start off, your mind is like an empty canvas. You can still fill it up. At the end of the day, it's already filled up. So study in the morning. Every 30 minutes you study in the morning is like an hour and a half at night in terms of value. I might email you then. Is it free? I just don't have much money at the moment. It's not free, Vinny. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not free. I actually make the most money off the coaching because YouTube doesn't really pay me at all. I do coaching one-on-one broken. I do that. So this is my email, lorenz.dries at gmail.com. That's LORENZ.DRIES at gmail.com. Send me an email. We can set up um, a call, basically. We can do it. Trust me, you're never gonna find another YouTuber that has a decent platform that gives more fucks about you than me. I actually care. It's one of my greatest curses, but also my greatest gifts. So, how much does it cost? I really don't like giving prices on the internet, but now I'm contemplating whether I should say it or not. Email me, Ego Winger. You can still say no after that, because I know from experience it's not good to put this information out there. Um, because my price has already gone up since I started because I had too many clients at one point. So if I ever reference the price and then I got new clients with my higher price and they're going to be like, yo, you said it was that much, so you're robbing me. It's like, no, price went up. Yeah, it's very affordable. It's nothing crazy. It's nothing, trust me, it's not crazy at all. It's actually very affordable. It's very affordable. Like it's literally it's at this point it's literally not more than 50 euros a week, and usually I work for a week from week to week. Some people get buy for a month and then they get a discount, but see, now I still said it, but yeah, 50 a week. Try finding a coach, try finding a, you know, try finding a psychologist. Not saying that I am, but for that amount of money you won't. I might email just to see what it's like. Wasn't trying to be tight with money, just not got a lot. Vinny, I get it, man. I totally get it. Don't worry. Molly, it looks like I'm late to the party, but so glad to get in. Virtual hugs to you too. Thank you, Molly. Molly, I got good news for you. I'm gonna leave this one up. I'm leaving this one up so you can watch it. Will you consider praying to God one night for me? Sure, Crystal. Sure, I will. Of course, I'll do it. If that makes you happy, are you gonna make a podcast in the future? I'm planning to do so. How do the psychologists keep it together? I don't know. Yes, Eagle Winger. I'm planning to get more into the podcast format. So it's okay if I email just to see what it's like. Of course, Vinny. Send me an email. We can go from there. Don't worry, man. Like, don't be scared to email me. I want to see the whole thing. Molly, you can see the whole thing right now. I'm going to leave it up for you guys. So, 48 minutes in, about the time to wrap it up. Sandra Dye, I found out bad news Friday about my health. How did you deal with the possibility of death? Is that too much to ask for a short answer? I dealt with the possibility of death in basically realizing that there's nothing I can say, there's nothing I can do to make that possibility go away. Death can come at any moment, death can come at any given time, and it's just something that you have to accept and just not think about, because I cannot afford myself to worry about things that I cannot control. I already got too much things that I can control to worry about. If I add things to that list that I cannot control, I'm just going to be worried all day. So death, when it comes, trust me. And when it comes, when you're dead, you're not going to think about, oh, that was shitty. You're just going to be gone. So don't worry about it, Sandra. It is what it is. If it comes, it comes. Until then, live in the moment. I've been a fan for a while. Do you have any tips for a 12-year-old boxer? I need to know if I'm overdoing or just lacking. If you're 12 years old, don't forget to have fun. Trust me, you're gonna have plenty of time to be old and mature and all this stuff. When you're 12 years old, you still have the ability to think like a child. That's the ability, something that a lot of people have forgotten. The ability a lot of people have lost. So really, really nurture it. Enjoy it while it lasts, because these perspectives as a child are so important and so pure before your mind and your mental becomes intoxicated and poisoned by media, our society, and people's expectations. So don't be worried about becoming the next Mayweather. Understand that your journey hasn't even begun yet. So sure, if you want to train to be the best boxer ever now, go for it. But understand that life doesn't work that way. And in a couple of years, you'll see that. So don't forget to have fun. Talking to my kids was really hard. I hope telling them wasn't too much. No, Sandra. Do you believe life's a test? No. No. See, again, people, we always have this need to put a life is this, life is that, life is no, life is just this. Life isn't any man-made word. Life is just life. And again, life isn't even life because who the hell came up with the word life? Why isn't life tomato? Why isn't life tree? Life is tree. Why do we call it table? You know what I mean? Like it's just a man-made word. It's just like nature. You're probably gonna do online with this COVID situation. I just emailed. Thank you, Vinny. Let me check my email. See if I got it. All right, guys. I'm about to wrap this one up. Okay, I got your email. I got your email. Guys, I'm out. Is dying similar to not being born yet? Sure. Surely. But it doesn't even matter. Like, because who knows what it's like to not being born yet, you know? You guys are asking the wrong questions. It's not important to figure that stuff out. There is no catharsis at the end of that tunnel. There is no finish line. There is no freedom by that conclusion that you're seeking. Don't overthink it, guys. Don't overthink it. Check your PayPal too. Thank you so much, Molly. Thank you so much. Alex, Mary Jane, Molly, Lee, Vinny, Crystal, The Lonely Wanderer. Oh, I didn't even see that. The Lonely Wanderer. Hey, man, I'm starting my senior year of high school in a week. I already wish it was over. High school has been so hard, and I'm ready for college for a fresh start. Listen, man, high school is the shittiest time of your life. You got one more year to go, buddy. One more year. You know, just counting down the days. But trust me, things will get easier. Good to see you in semi-real after such a long time. Keep sending us all that positivity. I think of you every day when I try to go back in the past to rework junk. Thank you, Molly. That means a lot. Have a great day, guys. You better pray tonight. I will. I love you. Life is beautiful. Que linda es la vida. I'm out. Peace!